We are being... Yeah, I think we gotta turn this question. Yep, here she is.
What is it?
Hello.
Oh, they're alive! And they're not furry anymore! I don't know what we'd have done, living out the rest of our lives as cheese-eating rodents. Ugh. If I ever find that mage, I'm going to show him what it means to be vermin.
Wash your hands before you eat that. Alright. Back up this way. Completed under 5. I was like, who's following me? Oh my gosh. Oh my. We get everybody else done?
Is there no hope?
I'm gonna run over to that point of interest real quick. I don't know if there's any
Good
to
find,
see
Cord.
there or sure. But we'll find out. I gotta sneeze. Okay, I muted it. Go better. Now I gotta sneeze again, which is gonna happen because for I have allergies, and they are so bad this year. Oh my goodness. Guessing I'm gonna go out this way. Not any better. Oh, she made it. No. Found all the points of interest. My trying to not get wet, but clearly I didn't work my way. He didn't. Clearly didn't. Click on the crab. Crab. Kick my butt. Down and talk to Rana. Hope the game's not playing as jerky as it is on the border. Maybe it's a little smoother. Cross my fingers that it's not recording as jerky as it looks like. That would make me sad. It's so sad. Cracked it open, but didn't take everything. I hate it when they do. Pee. Crack it open, just take everything. I noticed that is much more common in newbie areas, in starter zones, than it is in later areas.
We can use this.
I could just spit.
Okay. I'll get it out of your system. Lower back.
I'll prepare the town for evacuation. Find as many people as you can and send them back here.
I've gathered all the missing villagers.
The people of Bleakrock owe you. I owe you.
Let's get going.
You're right. We can't wait any longer. Vivek, preserve us all. The Covenant is here. They've taken the signal fire, and we need to warn the mainland. I need you to carve a path through them and light it. The beacon stands atop the tower just outside town.
Where are you going to be?
I'm going to rally the villagers and get them ready to go. Find Telvanni when you're done at the tower. She'll hold the way open. She knows where to go.
Good luck.
Get that fire lit. We'll be ready to go when you get back.
Don't need to ask that. She answered it. God. A newbie struggling in the general chat quest that I had to answer. We're back. You are gonna die. It's going to be a while.
That was intellectually stimulating.
You say so, my dude.
First point. Ha!
Give me all the stuff. All this. I didn't have to really fight that far. Are they really taking that much ease on you for being a newbie? That's probably, I imagine if you're playing Necrom, they're probably assuming that you already know how to play the game, so not as easy. I didn't think it was that hard, but anyway, I should stop whining about it because there's going to be a boss fight or something, and I'd be like, why is it so hard?
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Aw, thank you. You're so nice. Got everything in here. Right, I'm gonna miss something, and I don't know why. It's not like I'm hurting for materials. Hello, Telvanni.
Too many. There were just too many of them.
The signal fire is lit. What happened?
The Covenant is here. They set fire to the village. Narald and I tried to protect the Earth-Turner family and the rest of the farmers.
Where are they?
Denskar headed to the bunkhouse. Ira tried to take shelter in my home. Then the soldiers set fires, laughing. Please, you have to get water. Save our people. I came to warn you, but the troops, they caught up to me.
Take it easy. How can I help you?
You can't. Don't come back for me. Just get Ira, Denskar, Litrecht, and Trinhild. I didn't see where they went. Rana's at the old tomb. Tell her, I forgive her.
And the best part of this, I always find that this game does really well, is we are actually in an instance right now.
Another chance at perfection.
Doesn't look like it. We are. They do it really, really well.
Hostilities ended. Now to relax.
Quite yet, my bud. We're gonna put out some fires. Some fire. Put out the fire. Forgot. Wait. The house is on fire.
Time for tea then.
Weirdo. I thought that light was totally a bad guy.
You're interrupting scholarship.
That's a new line for him. I can press. Oh, there we go. Must be fireproof. I am fireproof.
The soldiers chased me in here. I thought I might burn alive.
You can make it if you run. Hurry, get to the tomb.
I can make it. Thank you.
Ode to Oinkers by Urich.
Novel erudition always makes me heady.
Pink piggy friends, grunt and squill and dig. Do your best today, for tomorrow you will be in my tummy. Why do you taste so good, piggy friends? How does mother's cookpot transform you? One day you stink of dirt. The next you smell like the fields of the Sovngarde. Never change, piggy friends, as sisters change and grow bossy, as mothers nag and push, as fathers moan and grumble, remain like you are. Delicious. Stupidest read ever, but I love it. Trin smithing notes. Let's see, drawing down, hammer out thin piece wider, upsetting, looks easy, make it thicker by hammering on the end. Wonder if Eamon is as dumb as he seems. Punching, make fancy. Misa says she'll show me later. Spent more time on drawing down, started with taper for chisels and the like. I have to talk to Rolanda about the blade I'm going to make. How long? Burned myself, but sure take that job. Did some welding, simple and fun when working with Misa. Might get the hang of this. Father says I should make horseshoes for my first project. Sure take him too. Against the Stakes by Denskar. Been thinking about our fight against Akaviri. I've got opinions. Think I'll write them down. The whole damn war could have been avoided if those idiots in Windhelm had the sense to throw the snakes back into the sea. Or take them. Still wish Doran had moved to reinforce Windhelm. Lost some good men that day. Doran fortified Riften, but the snakes rolled right past. Why go straight to the Ashland? The fighting south of Riften, north of Fort Vivek, isn't given enough respect. Those men were pinned and outmanned, and still they held. Wolfharf was the only reason the men kept fighting that day. Doran was just a pup. He couldn't rally a meat hall. The snakes pushed into Stonefalls after the fall of Fort Varek. Why? What were they after? Heard rumors some of the Dark Elves turned their blades on the Shellbacks at first. Winston the thought of being rescued by Argonians. Holes. Sure, take the whole Snake Island. Let them send another tiger demon. We'll take them. Ari's household notes. Men desk our socks. He's Trinhill to sew. Ha! Asked Darj for bow training. Again, no shoulders. Men Martha's shirt. Repayment to Talrani. Get Urich to help Eamon with chores. Let Eamon to make some broiled salmon and trade. Ask Rana and send over to dinner. Ask Trinheld again about those two. Clean elk meat, smoke pig loin. Return Rulanda her pages. Talk to Tilrani about Rana again. Wait. Oh. Oh, it's actually kind of interesting. Okay, in the generation since the fall of the Akavari Potentites, a new martial tradition has arisen in town. One which bears all the hallmarks of a coherent magical discipline. Though it is said to be descended from the powers of the legendary dragons, and those mortals who fought them, I refer, of course, to the so-called Dragon Knights. Whether or not their abilities originated from dragons, and you must give me leave to doubt it, for no dragons have been seen in Tamriel for thousands of years, if they ever existed at all, the powers which a skilled Dragon Knight can deploy are undeniable. There are several right here in the Imperial City, members of the Tower Guard, and they have demonstrated some of their effects at my request. One of these Dragon Knights, a sergeant and guard, showed me how he could wreathe himself in a flame without being burned, though I could feel the heat from several paces away. He then cast a loop of flaming chain around a target dummy and drew it to him, where it was quickly emulated. Finally, one of his subordinates burned another target dummy by literally breathing fire upon it. I was impressed. It was almost enough to make one believe in dragons. Okay. A battle going out, and we stopped and read notes. Sounds like about right for us. Oh. You, huh? Oh, thanks for the blueprint. Hello.
The soldiers are everywhere. Where's Tilrani? I thought I'd be safe with her.
Rani's not here. Hurry, run to the tomb.
I'll bet she's there now. I'll see her there. Thank you.
Okay, it's just... The spirit of Nirn. Lorcan is the spirit of Nirn, the god of all mortals. This does not mean all mortals necessarily like him, or even know him. Most elves hate him, thinking creation is that act which sundered them from the spirit realm. Most humans revere him, or aspects of him, as the herald of existence, the creation of the mortal plane, the mundrous. Nirn is a source of mental anguish to all living things. All souls know deep down they came originally from somewhere else, and that Nirn is a cruel and crucial step to what comes next. What is the next? Some wish to return to the original state, the spirit realm, and think that Lorcan is the demon that hinders the way. To them, Nirn is a prison, an illusion to escape. Others think Lorcan created the world as the testing ground for transcendence. To them, the spirit realm is already a prison. To them, the spirit realm is already a prison, and that true escape is now finally possible. My stalwart sister. The three find you well, I hope. I have much to tell you. We've undertaken a full-scale irrigation project on the south side of town. One of the Argonians has shown us how to improve the ditchwater system in place. We miss you here, Said Sani. One person leaving a small town like ours leaves a big gap to fill. Sani, no, we think of you often. I'm so proud to be your brother. I know you're fighting for the safety of the Pact and that you're making Father proud at Vivek's side. Just remember, you always have a home here. If the campaign ends, rest easy knowing you still have a bunk. Faithfully, Samuel. Being a good brother. 2920, the last year of the First Era. And Alexa lay in her bed of fur dreaming. Not until the sun burned through her window, using the light wood and flesh colors of her chamber, in a milky glow did she open her eyes. It was quiet and serene, a stunning reverse of the flavor of her dreams, so full of blood and celebration. For a few moments she simply stared at the ceiling, trying to sort through her visions. In the courtyard of her palace was a boiling pool which steamed in the coolness of the winter morning. At the wave of her hand it cleared, and she saw the face and form of her lover Vivek in his study to the north. She did not want to speak right away. He looked so handsome in his dark red robes, writing his poetry as he did every morning. Vivek, she said, and he raised his head in a smile, looking at her face across thousands of miles. I have seen a vision of the end of the war. After 80 years, I don't think anyone can imagine an end, said Vivek with a smile. But he grew serious, trusting Almalexi's prophecies. Who will win, Morrowind or the Cyrodiilic Empire? Without Sothasil and Morrowind, we will lose. My intelligence tells me the Empire will strike us to the north in early springtide, by first seed at the latest. Could you go to the atrium and convince him to return? I'll leave today, she said simply. The Empress paced around her cell. Wintertide gave her wasteful energy, while in the summer she would merely sit by her window and be grateful for each breath of stale swamp wind that came to cool her. Across the room, her unfinished tapestry of a dance at the imperial court seemed to mock her. She ripped it from the frame, tearing the pieces apart as they drifted to the floor. Then she laughed at her own useless gesture of defiance. She would have plenty of time to repair it and craft 100 more. The Emperor had locked her up in Castle Giavesi 7 years ago, and would likely keep her here until he or she died. With a sigh, she pulled the cord to call her knight, Zook. He appeared at the door within minutes, fully uniformed as befitted an imperial guard. Most of the native Kothringi tribesmen of Black Marsh preferred to go about naked, but Zook had taken a positive delight to fashion. His silver reflective skin was scarcely visible, only on his neck, face, and hand. Your Imperial Highness, he said with the bow. Zook, said Empress Tavia, I'm bored. Let's discuss methods of assassinating my husband today. Oof.
Think I've read that one before.
So, Ronnie, the hunters and I can't keep up with demand in the winter months. There are too many open mouths now. Some of them are wider than others. The town is well funded by Windhelm. I'm going to take Ronnie up on her offer to hire outside help during the next cold snap. With a few extra hands from the guild could mean the difference between eating hungry bellies. I think we got all the notes here. Let's get out of here. So glad the battle is happily waiting for us while we read everything. Okay.
I just couldn't help it. I ran. I'm sorry.
You're going to be safe. Quickly run to the tomb.
Kind protect me. Thank you. I'll go.
None. Did they ever tell us why we're having this battle?
And that's done. What's next?
Pirani told us to run. I thought of the water and all those calm days in the surf. What was I thinking?
Your family is gathering at the tomb. Quick, run.
Yes, my family. I should go to them. Here I go.
Well, then, for us giving everybody, like, lots of time, notice that there's this battle coming. They did a really awful job evacuating the town by the dead bodies that are littered about. Yeah. No, I walked right up to you, dude. Let's stop and cut this maple. I don't think there's any huge
Quality
rush.
material makes for quality goods.
Welcome back. The villagers you rallied are ready to move.
Then we've done everything we can.
I just wish we could have done more. Well then, are you ready to get off this rock? You and I are going to lead the way through the tomb. The locals call it Last Rest. Dars and Sane are going to bring up the rear. We'll make sure everyone keeps moving.
Are you sure we can make our way through?
Tribunal willing. I've studied a map of the tomb's layout, but I never dared to enter. This place is old. The original inhabitants of Bleakrock rest inside, and not quietly.
Alright, what are we waiting for then?
Two switches will shut these traps off. We need to hit them at the same time.
You're gonna do that one? Alright. That one. The easier one. Oh, wait. I misunderstood altogether. Oh, I see.
Dars, bring them through. So many dead because of me. I don't know if I'll be able to live with myself after this.
The villagers need you to lead them to safety.
They need a leader, but they're stuck with me.
Where do we go from here?
I need you to unlock a door deeper inside the tomb. That door will have stones with flower symbols upon it. Head through the door behind me. I'll see you soon.
Okey-dokey. Of course, we're being separated so I can go kill these things while she does her... Well, I'm all alone. Hello. Okay. A pup. That way on purpose. Oh, I almost didn't see him. That's probably the point, though.
Ah, scholarship. I can smell it from here.
Enter your house. I guess it didn't really particularly matter to it.
Make better choices.
Where? Here. you're probably gonna be in disbelief, but we're gonna go this way. See if there's any treasure out and about. Fine. I'm gonna be honest, mostly when I'm looking around like this, because I am looking for recipes, looking for any other type of... be honest. Alright.
This way. We're almost out. I'll unlock the door at the bottom of the stairs. In the next room, there's another switch I'll need you to trigger.
I saw them spawning. I came in a little quicker than it loaded. Last dance, except every winter season. Women's verse every winter season, except for the reason of one war or another, really quite a bother. The Queen of Remen and her consort request the vassals come in covert. On each and every ball, the first man at the hall is Lord Ogan Jarmanbrit of Greer, the curse of all maidens fair. It's a song. The 4 abominations. Thus Stendar looked upon the world of mortals and found it afflicted by abominations. And he made it known unto his priests, resolutes, templars, that these unnatural profanities are abhorrent in his sight, and are to be exterminated by the righteous without halt or mercy. For these abominations are each and every the eternal enemies of the mortals of the Mundus, and shall not be suffered to abide among us. And these abominations are 4 in kind, and may be known thusly. The Daedra, those unworldly horrors that are not of the Mundus, but come from oblivion, and inflict cruelty and death on the mortals of Tamriel. Man-beasts, those mortals who through traffic with the bestial Hircine do change their skins for those of animals, preying thence upon the innocent. The risen corpses, those restless undead whose rotting bodies persist with loathsome and unnatural vigor, sowing fear and agony among the living. The deathless vampires who feed horrifically upon honest citizens, regarding righteous mortals as mere cattle to sate their unholy hungers. Know these 4 abominations, O ye righteous, to gather and slay them where they appear. Xander, goodbye. Thanks for doing all the work for me.
I'll meet you on the other side of that door.
Moon and star, let's see, blah blah blah. In ancient days, the deep elves and a great host of outlanders from the west came to steal the land of Dunmar. In that time, Nervar was the great Khan and war leader of the house people, but he honored the ancient spirits and the tribal law and became as one of us. So when Nervar pledged upon his great ring of ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the house people to fight a great battle at Red Mountain. Though many Dunmere tribesmen and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Drummer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret, and setting themselves up as gods, neglected Nerevar's promises to the tribes. But it is said that Nerevar will come again with his ring and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promises to the tribes, honor the spirits, and drive the outsiders from the land. Alright, I read that kind of quick because I didn't want to get caught with the bad guys.
cove should be just beyond this door. I'll go on ahead. Wait for the rest of them here.
Pillage. I'm gonna pillage while you're waiting. When I first played, housing wasn't an option. Of course, back in those days. So sometimes I'm running through here. It still surprises me that I get blueprints for furniture, because I'm like, what? But then I, quickly remember that this is a thing. Okay.
I've never known such fear.
Be okay. But it's gonna be okay. But it's gonna be okay.
Our shellback friend here will get us to safety. He's a hero of the Pact. And for what I've promised to pay him, he'd better be.
Where are we headed?
I fear the Covenant would intercept us if we went straight for Darvin's Watch. So we're going to make for Dalmora, a small town down the coast. Are you ready to go?
Let's get out of here. The change of scenery.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
Oh, won't I? I'm super eager on collecting things. See that? Get right from me. What's it? Nothing. Not a thing. Hey.
We're here. The villagers are safe for the moment. But the Covenant's still coming. We've got to get word to Darvin's Watch.
I'm ready. What do you need? What do we do now?
We sprint. If we act quickly, we might be able to alert Darvin's Watch before the Covenant ships arrive. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go to the watchtower, just past the village of Dalmora. Tell the soldiers there to light the signal fires along the coast. The fires will warn Darvin's Watch that war is upon them.
Okay, where are you heading?
Rally folks here and in Dalmora. Get the battle-ready mustered. Send the non-combatants to safety with Daj. Now hurry. The fate of Darvin's Watch depends on you. Get to the watchtower as soon as you can. There's just no time.
Where are we?
We're far southeast of Bleakrock. It's a coastal region of Morrowind called Balfoyen. Behind you is the Inner Sea, and across that is the island of Vardenfell.
What is Darvin's Watch?
It's the biggest port in Stonefalls, and one of the largest cities. Most of the trade on the Inner Sea passes through here at some point. It'll be the first place the Covenant hits. I just know it.
What kind of town is Dalmora?
It's an Argonian town, full of canals, mud houses, and mosquitoes. Balfoyen was just a swamp before the great houses donated it to their former slaves. Believe it or not, Fort Zirin used to be an entry point for the slaves brought from Black Marsh.
We do all that work and it's still considered stealing. Grab this. Without seeing any more mushroom trees. Man, gotta be hell on your allergies. I love how she tells us to rush, but everything is triggered by me, right? Coming into near it and turning it on. That's just hilarious to me. They're like fresh, and I'm like, after I collect the things, I will.